Hello everyone, this is Dan O'Connor here from Club Royale. We are a corporation that does contracting work in New Eden. Yeah, so if you're interested in something, let me know. Today I'm going to show you a little bit of scanning because I learned a little bit about it and I find it quite interesting. I think I'm getting more into exploration, so I'm going to show a little bit of that to you. Now, for scanning, it's important to know that you have to have a number of things. Technically speaking, you can probably do it with any kind of frigate, but it would be better if you have a ship that's suited for that purpose. And in this case, it's a Helios. I think yes, a Helios. It's a covert ops frigate, and it is designed for commando and espionage operation. And its main strength is the ability to travel unseen through enemy territory and to avoid unfavorable encounters. So it's basically you can take that ship and run and bust through outlaw space. But what's really interesting for us here is the 10% reduction to survey probe flight time per level and the 10% increase to scan strength of probes per level. Yeah. This is really interesting for us because this gives us a little boost when it comes to scanning. I'm in a certain system that you can see here. I'm not making a big secret out of it. You can find me with any location agent if you so like. Yeah, I'm not going to hide my whereabouts from you. So if you feel the need to come and visit me, I'm either here or in one of the neighboring solar systems. So that would be good fun. Yeah. So also I'm going to show you this. Oops. This little fit that I have here, which is not really anything special. It's just. We have a Tech 2 cloak here. We have a launcher with five probes. We have a gravimetric array, extra gravimetric scanning array, and a supplemental gravimetric scanning array. And we have three of these backup arrays for gravimetric. So you can tell that with this fit, I'm probably looking for gravimetric sites. Yeah, but it's not limited to that. Yeah, so I think we are going to undock and we're gonna look for something. I don't know if we're gonna find anything, and you will probably see an accelerated version of me scanning. But before I start scanning, I want to show you something very important. So let's warp to my scanning bookmark here, which is in Dead Space. I just did this because I don't like crowded places, so I'm just going somewhere far away where I can be by myself and and look at the beauty of space. Yeah, I can also fly cloaked if I want to with this. You know, see, there it is. But it's not really important to do this. Yeah. So as you can see, we have 5 probes here. Yeah, and we're going into Dead Space, and that's it. You know, there's nothing else you have to do. You just sit here and you do your stuff. Okay, warp drive is inactive now. So you enable your scanner, which is here, and basically you launch all your probes. Okay, just launch them first, and it's a bit tedious to do this because there's a delay before you can launch the next one. Yeah, so let's launch these. And they will appear in your overview here, okay, and there will be white balls around you. Here, see, there's one, no, that's actually something else, but there's one here. So they just drop out at random around you and sit there until you give them some instruction what to do. I go to the map, and as you can see, we have the probes here, and they are they default to radius of 4 AU. Yeah. Now, what I learned recently is the almost perfect configuration for scanning. And if you like, you have to put them in a tetrahedron configuration. Yeah. Now, if you don't know what a tetrahedron is a geometrical structure in which you have 4 sides, and it's like a pyramid. Yeah. we have 5 probes, so I'm going to show you how that works. So you place one like so, so that you just touch like the half of the cube here, like this. See, the next one you place below, but you know, like this, right? And you will also have to move this sideways, like so. Okay, so that's like in a, you will see what I mean. Okay, you will also have to move this a little bit here to the corner, and maybe a little bit up, like this. See, now the next one would have to be forward and down, obviously. Yeah, like so. You have to make sure that they're roughly on the same plane. Yeah, and that the balls more or less overlap. Yeah, so in this case we have to maybe pull this a bit out and pull this a bit closer. Oops. Pull this a bit closer here, like this. Okay, we want the balls to intersect more or less, and there's another one that we want to pull down here and put to the side, like this. Okay, and we also want to make sure that's roughly on the same plane. It doesn't have to be 100% exact, but like this. Okay, so you kind of have a tetrahedron going on with one of your probes in the center. In this case it's probe 5, as you can see. Another thing to know is that you don't always want, you want to keep this configuration. Yeah, you don't want to go and have them rearranged all the time, so you have to press shift and drag on any one of these and they will move in the plane you decide to move them. Yeah, so let's place them here maybe. With the you hold down the right mouse button and you drag, and then you can change this, and maybe a bit down. Yeah, so now I'm going to start scanning. I don't know if I will find something immediately, so if I don't, you will see an accelerated version of what's going on, like a time accelerated thing. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so it turns out that I cannot find anything here, but that's okay. We're gonna go to another solar system. But one thing is important to note, as you can see here, the time. Yeah, so probes cannot stay in space indefinitely. They will expire. Yeah, so you have to make sure that you find something within that time. Yeah, otherwise they will just burn out, and I don't think you can retrieve them. You would have to go and buy new probes, essentially. So we're gonna say recover lost probes. These are just normal probes. They are not Tech 2 issue or anything. So you have to press this button here. I can show you what they are exactly. They are core scanner probes, so it's nothing special. We're gonna go to Ceridee and see what's going on there, and see if we can find anything particular there. So this is a little, this fucker is pretty fast. Yeah, so it buzzes around space real quick. We have 175 cargo, so if you are planning on carrying some ammo or something, this will probably be a good ship to do this. If you're planning to go through outlaw space, low sec and no sec. So we're gonna go here into Ceridee. If that's the right pronunciation, some say Ceridee, Ceridee. Maybe it's called, maybe it's pronounced Ceridee. I don't know. But I so happen to have a safe spot here as well. So let's go here and see what we can find. You will obviously, when you switch solar systems and when you get your probes back, you would have to recreate the tetrahedron setup. It would be good if you can just, you know, save a layout for your probes. You know, like position according to this layout and go. You know, that would be nice. Or like all probes take this formation, maybe. And I'm going to zoom out to make it a bit quieter, because that was annoying. Yeah. You will have to also recharge your probes and do this. For some reason, they just drop back into the cargo hold and not into the launcher. Yeah. So yeah. Once they are loaded, you can launch them again. So let's do that, and you will see the white balls just pop into space like white ping pong balls or something. You know, they don't really have a shape. I cannot say look at. Okay, if I click on this, I cannot even right click. I don't have a context menu. I can, it won't. Yeah, but you can see there are white ping pong balls around me. I could probably probe myself if I really were that bored. But let's go back into the scanner here and go into the map. And you can see the scanner ball here. And we are gonna have to replace them. I think that's a nice word. And you probably want to do this in the way that they overlap, and then, you know, kind of do this, so that's here, and you want to do this with the next one, like so. I'm just showing this to you so you get an idea of this, and just drag this one out. Now the reason why I have 5 is because you have one in the center, yeah, and that will essentially become the probe that locks onto the signatures in a certain way, yeah. So maybe a bit closer here, yeah, and then you have to drag one up like this, so it's like half in and half out, maybe a little bit down, okay, like this, and there's no way to just select a few, so you would have to kind of drag these down and make sure they are roughly in the same plane, yeah, like this. Maybe you can see, right? Damn, it's quiet. You can this is a pretty good configuration, okay. Tetrahedron, you would have the top point, one here, one here, one here, and that closes the pyramid, a three-sided pyramid, as it were, and you have that one. I leave that one in the center so I know which one is, like, what is the actual center of the pyramid, more or less. Yeah. Yeah, so that's it. I'm going to start scanning, and you will probably see another accelerated time thing, because like, just looking at me scanning things is boring, so we're just gonna see what we can find. But one more thing is to know that most of the things you can find are within the inner boundaries of the solar system. I never found anything outside here, yeah, or like in the outer areas even, or very seldomly I found anything. So shift and drag will move all your probes at one and keep the configuration, and you can move them in the plane you drag them, yeah. So you would also want to maybe go a bit up and be with the centerpiece be roughly on the same plane as the inner solar system, yeah. So when you do that, that's probably a good base to begin with. So let's do that and see what we can find. Okay, so we got something. Like, if you're lucky enough to find something, then it will show up here and it will tell you roughly, like, somewhere in this area it found something. Now, what you want to do in this case is, first of all, try to move your probes into that particular location, that area. Yeah. So you would go here and make sure that the centerpiece of your little pyramid is like roughly in the center of the signature. So that always helps. I found that that's a good way to go. So you will have to look at it from different perspectives. There's no way to, you know, there's like not in 3D programs where where the screen is divided by 4. You have one here and one here, and here would be 3D. Here would be top, left, front, you know. That would be good for scanner probes. So you would have the space in a three-dimensional sort of or two-dimensional representation of where your probes are. That could, I don't know, that could be nice. Yeah. So, and as you move closer, you will see that the chances of finding something are bigger. So always move the center probe to the center point of where it finds something. Okay. So if the signature gets better and or percentually with like percentually, is that even a word? Can you say that? Like an increase in percentually? Is that a word? I don't know. But yeah, you place it roughly here and look at it from all angles to make sure that you're in the center there. And let's see what happens. We leave it at 4 AU for the moment, but if we're getting closer, then I'm going to show you something else. Now, the reason for the tetrahedron is that it mostly has to do with the offset of the probes with a angle with a certain offset. That, like, I was told that this is the perfect configuration, and I read up a lot about it, and it seems to be for this particular type of activity seems to be a pretty good configuration. Some of you may have known this, some of you don't, so if you didn't, there's a little bit of information for you. Now, cosmic signature, somewhere there. Okay, now we're still there. The centerpiece is still where it's located. Now, what we can try, yeah, is to decrease the range of the probes. Yeah, so we hold shift and we drag from the outer edge of one of the probes, and you will see all the probes just get smaller, the radius, see, and we reduce to 2 AU. Now, but all the balls are now outside of each other, which is not good. Yeah. So what you can do is, for example, here on the cube, yeah, the cube is also a very important element of placing the probes, and they stand for one particular direction. Yeah, they are free move. Yeah, whereas like with this one you can move up and down, and this one would be free move. So you hold the Alt button, the Alt key, and you drag. See, like so, and make sure that the balls start to overlap like this. See, and then you begin to like once again readjust your positioning, because obviously you can't do it perfectly. So that's also why the centerpiece moves. Yeah. Like all dragging keeps all probes where they are, but they move together in the relation of each other's positioning, I'd say. Yeah. So let's do this. See what we got. If we got anything. If the signal gets any stronger. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Yeah. At about 85% it will tell you what it is. But 85% is not enough. You will have to get 100% to get the lock. Yeah. So there's an unknown signature here. Okay. Unknown could be anything at this point, which we are really not certain. But you also want to make, you sometimes have to move to zoom in to make sure that the centerpiece is roughly at that location. Let's put that here, and let's see. Oops, no. See, I'm not where I want to be. So we have to move this, and we have to move this down. This is a little bit annoying sometimes, because you have to like. Let's just double click on this, and no, double click on probe 6. So there we go. Now we can see exactly where we are. We are centered on the circle, it seems. Maybe a little bit down. Yeah. Maybe. See, we want to be like almost on top of the center of the circle. Yeah. So now let's see what we got. I zoom out because this is quite psychedelic. Yeah. So it's like you're watching a trance video. trance music video. Yeah. So I'm zooming out. Now it may be required that you have to move the probes even closer. Yeah. So we're doing this, and we want to be pretty much, double click will center it on the probe. Yeah, so we want to be a little bit down and maybe a little bit here and a little bit here. Okay, so we are pretty much in the center, and what I'm going to do, I moved the centerpiece in a way I didn't want to. So yeah, I do apologize. I wanted to hold shift, but I didn't move it too much, so that's okay. So let's move them a bit closer together here. Okay, maybe to get an increased signal on this. Increase the signature, but like it's a bit like sonar. I think that's how it works. So it sends out it sends out signals into every conceivable direction, and where it bounces off, that's what the probe returns to you. But they are not really sure where things are. Yeah. So I moved them closer together, and now let's see what happens. Yeah. I find that with 2 AU sometimes it's already enough for something, and it still tells me unknown, which is interesting at this point. So, but we see the circle seems to move, so we are closing in on something. I don't know what it is. I really don't. So we do this, and let's get them closer together in the party. Yeah, let's just like have a little cozy party of probes in space. Yeah, like the probe party. Boom, 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 boom. Let's bring them closer together. Really cozy. We want to have all probes. Yeah, you like that? All probes. Yeah. Okay, so let's scan again. Boom, boom, boom. I can't take this, so I have to zoom out. I also bought a Windows phone, the Lumia 820, and I have to say I'm pretty impressed with everything the phone does. So we still have something unknown, but we get a pin. A pin is good. A yellow pin is good. I like pins because pins are needly, and they are sexy, and they are more or less hot for our scanner signatures. So let's bring them closer together, okay? Because we like to be in the party. We like to be close. We like to be we like to cuddle up here in space with the probes. Yeah. Let's see. And always make sure which one, I think it's this one here, that we need to center on. So if this centerpiece is roughly in the center as the pin, then that's good. Okay, but you also have to like sometimes move in closer to make sure that you're really, really, really good on the pin. Yeah. So for example, like so. Maybe a little bit here to the left, like so. See, this is pretty good. This is pretty good positioning. Here, see. So let's see. Oh, okay, here you go. So you see what I mean? This is almost too much to take if you're zoomed in. Yeah, I could put in some trance music right now, so to make it more bearable. And see, it's already, yeah. So we still have nothing, no percentage of anything. So I think what we have to do is, it could also be a ship. We don't know. So we bring them even closer together to see where the signals bounce off. Yeah. So let's see. It could be a wormhole of sorts. I don't know, but it's also maybe required that we have to decrease the range of the probes. Yeah, I'm not scanning for too long, but these are the things I learned to see they're pretty close together. So you would in effect reduce the radius inside. It's an unstable wormhole, as you, which is good. So we found a wormhole. Okay, that's quite cool. So we found a wormhole here, and let's see if we can zero in on it. So it already knows what it is, but it's not quite sure where it is, I would say. See, so like at these close zoom levels, you really have to make sure that this is really good. You really want to be on the center of this with at least one probe and like be extremely precise. And now what we're going to do is, I should have done this before, because we're gonna bring them really close together. Okay, and first we're gonna position the centerpiece. The centerpiece on the yellow pin, the sexy yellow pin here, like so. Okay, I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm going to reduce this into 1 AU. And now let's see. I don't know how they warp so fast. This is like, what the fuck. Yeah. So we probably get yeah. So we have a lock. I'd say. See if the pin is green here. Okay. Then you have 100% lock. Okay. So we can bookmark this. I'm just going to show you that, you know, unstable wormhole, that's fine. Okay, so that's you got a lock, okay, and what you do is you recover your probes, okay, and they will disappear. See, bloop bloop bloop. They're gone. Okay, so we got this, and you have to press the map button here, and you're back in space. See, I don't know if there are any people, so let's engage the cloak. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. And we can say unstable wormhole. Let's just warp to 20, and
active.
We'll see what happened. What's going on. So the probes would be back in your hold. See, stack. And I'm just gonna do this. Oh, you can do that while cloaked. Okay, I guess that's okay too. So let's see. I don't think there's anyone here. So there's our little wormhole. Okay, we found a wormhole, and there's a blue background on the other side. Let's see what it says here, just for fun. Show info. And can lead to, this seems to lead into unknown parts of space. So this is probably a wormhole, an actual wormhole with sleeper space on the other side. So yeah, that's a little bit of scanning, a little tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please subscribe, because I'm going to do a lot of these EVE related things. So yeah, I hope you like this. This is Dan O'Connor from Club Royale. Look us up in EVE. Yeah, we are doing contracting work of any sort of nature, like cargo transport, espionage, scouting, all these kind of things. Just send me a mail or combo me in the game, and we'll see what we can do. Alright, so that's Dan O'Connor, that's Club Royale, that's a little tutorial on scanning, and I'll see you around. Bye bye.